Hi everybody. Today I want to talk about a specific detail of sewing. I probably should be doing something a little more substantial, but this is a good place to start because joining threads together in the middle of the sewing procedure can be really frustrating. And if you get too frustrated, you won't sew, and then you're going to have trouble binding books. So I want to talk a little bit about what is commonly known as the weaver's knot. I've actually heard, and this is apocryphal, so don't, it is what it is. I have heard it rumored that weavers don't have a knot per se. I don't know. I've known a few weavers, but we've never talked about it. But the bookbinding references all refer to a weaver's knot. There seem to be several different ways to approach this. The way that I do mine is the knot that I use is essentially a slip knot. So what I'm going to do is I've got a piece of thread here. It's not going anywhere. I don't have a book that I'm sewing, so I'm just going to do it on, thread to thread. So this is the thread that's been used to sew up to the point where you can't sew with it anymore. This is my new thread. Now this is the same size, but with this particular knot you can join threads of two different sizes, which can be important if you're trying to control swell. So the first step in your new thread, you can go away, is to make a loop. All right, so this goes over this. Then on the short side here, you go under and come up. Here comes Mort. He wants to play with the thread. You can't have the thread, man. Sorry. All right. So now you have, let me lay this down. You have your slip knot. You have a long side, which is the bulk of the new thread. And you have the short side coming through this loop. Stay off, bud. Thank you. Okay, now here is my old thread. I'm going to run this through the loop. Oops, hard to keep that in the middle of the middle of the screen. All right, and I'm going to hold it parallel to the long side. Okay, so I'm holding these two together. So this is the long side of the new thread. There's the short leg of the new thread. I'm going to move this back. You need a little tension on the thread. Okay. I'm going to hold this. Now the other thing about this style of knot is you can adjust where you tie it. So if you want to tie it on the outside of a raised cord, you can do that. If you want to tie it halfway in between two sewing stations on the inside, that's cool too. You can make it on the outside and pull it through, but that's probably not best technique. Okay, so anyway, so here's this. I'm going to take the short leg. Now, thing to watch out for is you don't want this small loop to be too, you don't want it needs to be big enough so that everything can go inside, because what you're going to do is you're going to pull this, to the inside, you're going to trap that, and then you're going to pull these two. Okay, there, sorry. There you go. You've joined two lengths of thread with a minimum of hassle. I'm going to cut this apart and I'm going to repeat it because it's maybe not as obvious as it could be. I'm going to move this up a little bit. Excuse me, Mort. Thank you, bud. Okay. Old thread out of the text block. Loop. Sorry. With, this is on top. Loop. Come under. Pull through. Lay this down again so you can see what's going on. Okay, short side, long side. Come through. Snug. Now, I will also say that after doing this for a number of years, my success rate is about 85%. But the nice thing is you just do it again. And it's good that you can see that it doesn't work every time, because it won't. But at least if you see me mess up, you know, you can take heart that it's not you. Okay, got them again. Pull, pull. I should be pulling this way. There you go. Okay, there is your method of joining threads while sewing. The weaver's knot. If anything doesn't make sense, drop a line in the comments. Again, thanks everybody for looking, and I will be back. Take care.